Hello everyone. Vivo, what's your name? Am I audible?
Yes.
Thanks, Hari. Vivo, Infinix, please join with your name, guys. Infinix, what's your name?
Hari.
No, this Infinix X6878. Is this your Hari? Is joined with the two devices? Yes, Vivo, what's your name?
Hari.
No, Hari, आपसे नहीं मैं Vivo.
Okay.
Vivo, आवाज आ रही है
हेलो
मेरी?
हेलो
Yes, Vivo. What's your name?
विश्व
Vishwa.
जी 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 मैंने नाम डालना भूल गया था
कोई नहीं.
Hello
Vishwa.
everyone, good evening. So, I'm also seeing Biswa Mohan, another
विश्व नहीं
name.
बी 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 होगा बी नहीं बी होगा सबसे ना
ओके, तो विश्व मोहन आप ही तो नहीं हो?
जी जी
विश्व मोहन भी है ना एक?
नहीं नहीं विश्व मोहन नहीं विश्व प्रकाश माथुर विश्व मोहन भी एक भाई है
ओके, कोई नहीं विश्व, मैं आपका नाम विश्व रख दिया, विश्व मोहन अलग है. इन्फिनिक्स, व्हाट्स योर नेम?
Infinix 6878. The device name is Infinix 6878. He is not answering.
आई थिंक आवाज नहीं आ रही है इन्हें अभी. गिव मी मिनट सर, आई मेक यू द होस्ट.
Okay.
Yes sir, now you are the host.
Okay.
Please make me the co-host.
Okay. Anurag, right? Anurag.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I have made you the co-host.
Okay, thank you sir. Over to you sir.
All right. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So we can get started. Let me actually share my screen. So just wanted to so Anurag sir, the last previous two sessions that we have taken, would that be also in the video recording for these guys?
Yeah, that recording is also available in the same code.
Okay. So I can continue from there only, I guess, right?
ओके. और इसमें अगर कोई न्यू भी है ना, मींस इज देयर एनीवन हु जॉइन दिस क्लास फर्स्ट टाइम?
यस आई एम सर फर्स्ट टाइम
मैं नया
ओके,
हूँ सर.
विश्वा,
हरी.
हरी आप हैं. सो
Yes.
नो वरी, जो भी डाउट रहेगा ना आप लोगों का, जो एक सेशन हुआ है आपका, वो डाउट आपको क्लियर हो जाएगा. आप रिकॉर्डिंग देख लेना. रिकॉर्डिंग के बाद अगर आपको कुछ भी होता है तो विल टेक द सेपरेट क्लास. ओके हरी, विश्वा.
जी 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 सर
Yes.
रेडी
ओके, थैंक यू. नो सर, कैरी ऑन.
All right. So in the previous class or in the previous session, we discussed about something called as ARP table. We discussed something called as MAC address table. MAC address table. and we saw how the MAC address table is getting filled, right? MAC address table is built by the switch, and ARP tables are built by any device which is capable of getting an IP address assigned. So for the computer, we have IP address, right? So computer is maintaining ARP table. Now for this computer, does it have an IP address? Yes. Then it maintains an ARP table. Switch for now, it doesn't have an IP address. It only has MAC address table. If it receives any data from the PC1, which is, let's say, 10.1.1.1 IP address, this is PC2, which is 10.1.1.2. Whenever 10.1.1.1 wants to go to 10.1.1.2, I think you know this process, but let me actually start off with this process. So it acts as a backbone to our upcoming classes. Let's say whenever PC1 wants to communicate to PC2, what is the source IP address? 10.1.1.1. This is the source, correct? Now what is the destination? 10.1.1.2. This is the destination. Now, what is this called as? Layer 3 header or layer 2 header or layer 4 header? Where do you see this? Source IP address and destination IP address. It comes in which part of the header in the packet? Do you already know, or do you want me to tell you? You know that when a computer generates a data, or it is as simple as a person writing a letter, he has to add an envelope above it saying from and to address. Similarly, when a computer writes an information, generates an information in the form of ones and zeros, it will add some headers. Layer 2 header will have source MAC address, destination MAC address. Source MAC address, destination MAC address. This is called as layer 2 header. Now, in the layer 3 header, we have source IP, destination IP. This is called as layer 3 header. So the data will be added with, data is nothing but layer 1, right? It will be added with layer 2 header and layer 3 header and layer 4 header and so on. 2, 3, 4 will be added, not more than that. Whenever this information passes through, goes to the switch, whenever this entire thing goes to the switch, now let's say this is the one. It is going from this computer to this switch. Going from this computer to the switch. Now switch is able to read what? Switch is able to read only the layer 2 part of it. Switch is only able to read the layer 2 part of it because switch is a layer 2 device, as I told you in the previous class. So switch will see something is coming into me. Where is it coming from? It is coming from the source AA. So in the MAC address table, it will say on my port G0/0, I have something called as AA connected to me. Then if the switch has an entry in the MAC address table saying that BB is connected to G0/1, it will see where the packet wants to go or where this information wants to go. Only in the layer 2 section it will see what is the destination. BB is the destination. It will compare it with its MAC address table. Do I have BB? Yes, on G0 bar 1. So then it will send the whole information which is come from this port. It will send the information out of G0 bar 1. And that information will reach PC2. PC2 will see before reading this data, first it will go through layer 2 header. Oh, it has come to me. The destination is BB, which is my address. Biswa, you can mute yourself.
Hello.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Hello.
you. Yeah, just try to mute yourself. All right. Now, whenever the information comes to the PC will see what is the layer 2? BB. It is my MAC address. So this is for me. Also at the layer 2, layer 3, address is 10.112. Okay, it is my IP address. So this is for me. So it will remove this layer 3 header, remove this layer 2 header, then only process the information. It will only process the information that has been sent to it. Okay. Now, if PC2 wants to send any information, now PC2 wants to respond to PC1. What it will do? It will also generate another packet. Now, this is a packet generated by this guy. Now, if PC2 wants to respond anything to PC1, it will say 0101. This is the response, right? Let's say that is the response. And then for that we have okay, this is the response frame 01010. And now what is the layer 2 header? The layer 2 header will have source MAC and destination MAC. Layer 3 header will have source IP and destination IP. Is that correct? Now, in the layer 2 header, it will add source as BB. What is the destination? It will add AA as the destination. And in the source IP, it will add its own IP as the source because he is the sender. So he will become the source now. In the destination, he will add this guy is the destination. Now this frame will be sent through the switch. It will go through the switch to PC1. Whenever it goes through the switch will read which part of it. The switch will see something is coming to me. On which port? Something is coming to me on port number G0 bar 1. Source is, let's say what is the source? Source is BB. Do I have to make an entry in the table? It is already there. But where does it want to go to? It wants to go to AA. Oh, okay. It wants to go to AA. Means it wants to go out of G0 bar 0. So let me push that out of G0 bar 0 port. That is how these two PCs will communicate, and the switch will build a MAC address table. In the previous session, I have already told you how the computers build the MAC address table. We already have seen that. But you also go through the recording once, right? In the recording, you see about the ARP table that we have discussed. If there is any doubts regarding the ARP table, you can let me know. Okay? Or in the next class, you can write down those doubts in a notepad and bring it to me. We can discuss if you don't understand. Okay? Now, hoping that you are clear till here. I am hoping that you are clear till here and moving forward. Can we move forward? Are you good till here? Are you guys okay? Can we move further? Okay. Siva has given a thumbs up.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay. All right. Now, let's move further. Let's talk about the switches. So, in CCNP ENCOR, you know that first we will be dealing with switching, and then we will go to routing, and then multicast, and so and so. The first chapter is switching. First, we will learn about the switches. What is a switch? A switch is a centralized device where we connect all our computers, right? It is a centralized device where we connect all our computers. We can connect as many computers as possible, but it depends upon the number of ports on the switch. If I purchase a switch which is of 48 port, then I can connect 40 to 42 computers to it. Why only 42 computers? Because one of the ports might be used to connect from switch to switch, or another port might be used to connect switch to router, right? So some of the ports I will leave it to other devices, but I can connect 40 to 42 computers. Now, let's say in my company, I have 100 employees with 100 desktops. What will I do? I will buy one switch, 48 port switch, right? 148 port switch if I buy, is it enough? It is not enough, right? So what I'll do, 40 computers on this switch, I'll take another switch, another 40 computers, right? And I'll connect another switch, another 20 computers here. This is how I'll accommodate all the 100 users. So basically, what did you understand? Switch is a centralized device where we connect all our computers. I cannot connect computer to computer because there will be only one connection, not more than that. So this is a centralized device having many ports on it. Many ports on it. No, these are the physical ports. These are the physical ports to which you can connect a cable from the computer to the switch. And that cable is called as, this cable which you connect from the computer to the switch, this cable is called as Ethernet cable. Ethernet cable. You know about this. You have already gone through this in your CCNA classes. Now this Ethernet cable which you connect to the switch. Now what is the port on the switch? The port will be Ethernet 0 port or Ethernet 1 port. This is Ethernet 2 port, or it can be fast Ethernet 0 bar 1, fast Ethernet 0 bar 2, or it can be gigabit Ethernet 0 bar 1, gigabit Ethernet 0 bar 2. So what are you observing? It shows many technology. Ethernet has many technologies, right? Now in Ethernet, there are many technologies that are supported. Ethernet, fast Ethernet, gigabit Ethernet. Now what are these? Now I connected a computer and I want to talk from this computer to this computer. In olden days, in earlier days, there was no much data to send between computer to computer. And there were only 2 computers or 3 computers connected to the switch. So I can easily manage with the Ethernet, which supported 10 Mbps speed. 10 Mbps speed. I will send only 10 Mbps. You will get it. But as and when many computers started connecting to the switch, right? This port should accommodate more data. Then they introduced fast Ethernet ports, which supported 100 Mbps. Then even the size of the computers did not stop growing. More and more computers were added. More switches were added. So one computer had to talk to many computers at the same time, not only in the same switch, but the other switch as well. Then came your gigabit Ethernet, which supports 1000 Mbps or 1 Gbps. 1000 Mbps is also known as 1 Gbps. You have 10 Gbps also. The ports that support 10 Mbps also. Now, if this port of the switch, this is the port of the switch. Let's say this is a port of the switch. If it is supporting 10 Mbps, then you will see Ethernet 0 or Ethernet 1 or Ethernet 2. So it will have ETH written on it. It will support 10 Mbps. If this port of the switch supports fast Ethernet, then you will see fast Ethernet 0 bar 0, fast Ethernet 0 bar 1, fast Ethernet 1 bar 0, something like this written. But you will see F for sure, which indicates fast Ethernet, and also it says I support 100 Mbps. Now, gigabit Ethernet, you will see G0 bar 1, G0 bar 0, G0 bar 1, G1 bar 0. If this port supports 1000 Mbps, then that port will be written as G, right? All the G ports, whenever you see G0 bar 0 or G0 bar 1, you have to understand immediately that, okay, this is a G0 bar 0 port, means it will support 1000 Mbps. You should understand automatically. If you see fast Ethernet 0 bar 0 port, you should understand immediately, okay, this will support 100 Mbps. If you see Ethernet port, you should understand, okay, it supports only 10 Mbps. If it is a Ethernet port, only 10 Mbps is supported. You should get to know. Okay. Now, these are the physical ports. Physical ports in the sense, what do I mean by physical ports? Means there is a switch and there is a computer. You can connect a cable to that port. That is why it is known as physical port. That is why it is known as physical port. There are physical ports and logical ports on a device. What is a physical port? Physical port is a port to which you can connect a cable. You can see that port on the computer or on the switch. Logical port is a port inside the switch to which you cannot connect a cable. You cannot see it. That is a logical port. Make sense? Now, let's move on a little further. Let's go to the switch. On the switch, there are many ports on the switch. Okay. Many ports on the switch. Let's say this switch has 8 ports. Okay. 8 ports. This is G0 bar 0, G0 bar 1, G02. This is G1/0, 1/0. This is G1/1. This is G1/2. This is G2/0, G2/1. Something like that. Now, you might ask me, sir, why are you writing the port numbers as G0 bar 0, G0 bar 1, G0 bar 2, G0 bar 3? Why are you writing like this? Now, this switch is manufactured by Cisco. Cisco has its own way of writing the port numbers. Now, if you take any other switch, let's say this switch has been manufactured by somebody else, let's say Aruba. If you see the ports on that switch, you will simply see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, different manufacturers have different way of naming the port numbers. Right? But inside Aruba, inside Cisco, these ports can only support 10 Mbps or 100 Mbps or 1000 Mbps or 10 Gbps. That's all. Now, just because I am using another switch, Aruba, it doesn't mean that it will support 50 Gbps. No. All the manufacturers are following the rule which is made by the OSI model. They have to follow or manufacture all the devices as per the rule written in OSI model. They cannot manufacture anything outside that. You give the port numbers whatever you want, but this port can only support either 10 or 100 or 1000 or 1 Gbps or 10 Gbps. That's all. Nothing other than that. Right? Hope that is clear. Now, let's talk about the ports of the switch. Let it be any switch, Cisco switch, Aruba switch, or any switch. I am talking about any switch in general. Now let's take G0 bar 0. What kind of switch is this? Now what kind of port is this? Now you have seen computers connected to the switches. You have seen computers connected to the switches. Now, this computer, which is PC1, this computer, which is PC2. PC1 is connected to G0 bar 0 of the switch. Let's say this is switch 1. PC1 is connected to G0 bar 0 of the switch 1. Now, G0 bar 0, which is connected to this computer, or G0 bar 1, which is connected to computer, is called as access port. Access port. Now, how many types of ports are there on the switches? You can either find access port or trunk ports. Do you guys already know this? Or are you hearing it for the first time? You can let me know. Whatever is there, you can let me know. No problem. Are you hearing access port, trunk port for the first time? Or have you heard about it earlier also? What do you guys have to say?
Yes, first time,
this-
sir. Yes.
First time you are hearing? Okay. Okay.
Ji.
Acha. What about others? Vibhishan, Hari?
Yes,
I
sir.
heard about it before.
Yes, sir. I am first time.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Tuan, Prabir. Okay. All right. So if you are hearing it for the first time, then let me actually explain that in very much detail to you so that you understand. Now we'll see what is an access port. Access port is a port which is connected to the devices like computers, or there might be some printer. There is a printer connected to the switch, or there is a server connected to the switch. Or there is a desktop, or there is some anything. These are called as a edge devices. Edge devices. Why it is called as edge? EDGE. Edge devices. Why are they called as edge devices? Because after this, nothing can be connected. Can you connect a router to this side? No. It has only one port. It is connected to the switch. Now you can't connect a switch here. Now you can't connect a router here. Now you can't connect a printer here. Nothing can be connected after this PC. That is why computer, printer, server, they are called as edge devices. So, whichever port that is connected, to the edge device, those ports are called as access ports. Those ports are called as access ports. Now let's take another scenario. Now there is another switch. Now on this switch, there is another, obviously there are ports on this switch also. Now I am connecting from here to this switch to this switch. So this is switch number 2. This is G0 bar 0, G0 bar 1, G0 bar 2, 0 bar 3, G0 bar 4, G0 bar 5. Guys, is this an edge device? Switch number 2, is this an edge device? What do you think? Is switch number 2 an edge device? ये edge device है क्या?
No, it's not an edge.
Why it is not an edge device? Because you can connect something to it on the other side also, correct? You can connect anything to it on the other side, router, printer. So this guy here is not an edge device. This switch here is not an edge device. So a port which is, the port which is not connected to edge device, the port which is connected to another switch, that port is called as trunk port. It is called as trunk port. Those are the only 2 types of ports in the switches. Now we'll talk about what is access port. Basically, access port got its name due to this also due to some other reason as well. I'll explain you the reason. Now, did you understand this much? Are you clear on this concept? Access port, trunk port, are you clear with that? Can we move further? Okay. Shiva says yes. What about others? Biswa? Okay to move ahead.
ये ट्रंक पोर्ट क्या होता है?
Sorry, who asked that question?
हरी.
Hari. Okay, Hari, trunk port. This is a trunk port. Trunk port मतलब जो पोर्ट आगे एड्ज डिवाइस लाइक कंप्यूटर्स को कनेक्टेड ना हो. If this port is connected to computers, then this is not a trunk port. Why? Because it is connected to a edge device. Trunk port is a port which is connected to another switch. Right? Trunk port is a port through which you can connect to another layer 2 device. आप समझेंगे actually. As and when we move ahead, as and when we speak about more concepts, you will understand what is a trunk port. Okay. Now, on the same trunk port and access port, we will talk something more. Now, there is a switch. The ports on the switch. Port number 1, port number 2, or let's say this is G00, G01, G02. This is G1/0, G1/1, G1/2. And this is G2/0, G2/1. These are the 8 ports on this switch. Let's say this switch has 8 ports. Now, by default, whenever you bring a switch, let's say, yes, go ahead. Any questions? Who's that kid?
Kid, what's your name?
Kid.
Kid, am I audible?
I think he muted himself. Can you let me know your name? Somebody with KIT. Your name is written as KIT. Yes, sir, you. What is your name?
हेलो
Yes, sir. Your name, please. सर आपका नाम क्या है?
मेरा नाम शंकर है।
शंकर, अच्छा, ओके। मैं आपको रीनेम कर देता हूँ, शंकर।
मैं काला
अच्छा
मिस्टर ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी से बोल रहा हूँ।
अच्छा, ओके जी। मैं वो आपका जूम का नाम कुछ और दिखा रहा था, इसलिए चेंज कर दिया आपका नाम। अगर
ठीक है, ठीक।
नाम है तो इजी होगा।
हाँ।
ओके, so this is a switch. Okay, this is a switch. Now by default on a switch, now let's say this is Shankar, this is Shankar. He went to a shop, he purchased this switch, he got this switch home, he got this switch to his house.
ये 2 स्विच है कि 1 स्विच है? हरी बोल रहा हूँ।
Hey Hari, which one? This one are you talking about? This one?
ये जो स्विच का आपने क्या लिखा हुआ है अपने G01, G02, फिर दूसरी
Correct,
तरफ
हाँ।
G1, G02, इसका
हाँ।
मतलब क्या है? मतलब कि 8 पोर्ट के 2 स्विच है क्या? दोनों तरफ आपने एक
नहीं,
रखी है, या एक ही स्विच है उसमें 2, ऐसा कुछ किया है? क्या
ये
है मतलब?
एक ही स्विच है ये,
हाँ,
इसमें 8 पोर्ट है।
ठीक है, ये 8 पोर्ट हो गया, 1 से लेके 8 तक हो गया, ठीक है, राइट?
करेक्ट,
ये ये सब एक गीगा पोर्ट है ना सर?
करेक्ट, ये गीगा पोर्ट है, एब्सोल्युटली राइट।
जी।
तो सर इसको ऐसे ही बना सकते हैं ना, 1 से लेके 10, 8 बना देते हैं, उसके बाद 9, 10 गीगा लिख देते हैं।
और टू अपलिंग, 2 एसएपी अपलिंग जैसे भी बना सकते हैं ना सर?
कैसे?
समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, मतलब क्या? आप
मतलब ओके,
राउटिंग कर रहे हैं?
नहीं, राउटिंग नहीं। मैं एक्चुअली what I'm trying to do is, now you are asking me that, sir, why are you not writing G0, G1, G2, G3, G4, G5,
ओके,
G6, G7, G8? This is what is your question, right, Hari?
जी।
यस सर, एक सीक्वेंसिंग पता रहेगा कि हाँ ये एक स्विच है, मतलब स्मॉल में
करेक्ट,
लिख दो 1 से लेके इतना, और इसके बाद ये जो
करेक्ट।
2 गीगाबाइट है।
मैं ऐसा लिख सकता हूं, मैं ऐसा लिख सकता हूं, लेकिन सिस्को ऐसा नहीं लिखेगा। सिस्को
सिस्को भी
ऐसा ही,
तो लाइनबाजी से ही आता है आपका, सिस्को और आपका रक्स, एचपी, आप एक लाइनबाजी से ही स्विच होता है। अगर ऊपर नीचे आप देखेंगे तो एकदम से नहीं होगा, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 ऊपर नीचे
Cisco
होता है।
always writes it as G00, G01, G02, then goes to G10, G11, G12. This is how the ports will be seen in your Cisco switch. It will not be in 1 to 8. So even if you see on some of the switches, you will not see 1 to 8 ports written as it is. You will see the ports as fast Ethernet 0 bar 0, 0 bar 1, 0 bar 2, 0 bar 3. Immediately you will see 1 bar 0, 1 bar 1, 1 bar 2, 1 bar 3. So inside the same switch, you will have 8 ports, but one
सर
is
ये
0 0, other one is
ये
1 1
ये
0.
मैंने ऑन मुझे
क्या शंकर?
ये मैंने सूझे ऑन में नहीं सूझे
ये मैनेज स्विच है, बता दूंगा आपको.
टीपी-लिंक का मैं यूज करता हूँ मैंने स्विच सर है ये ऑप्शन नहीं शो कर रहा था इसके लिए पूछ रहा हूँ मेरे मेरे पास मैंने स्विच 30 मैंने स्विच और ओसी 300 ओमेगा का यूज करता हूँ मैं मेरे मेरे पास है ये सब ऑप्शन नहीं आ रहा था इसके लिए मैं पूछ रहा हूँ
क्या करते हो आप स्विच में? क्या करते हो आप?
सारे कॉन्फ़िगरेशन करता हूँ मैं
क्या
मेरे पास है
कॉन्फ़िगरेशन करते हो?
मेरे पास मेरा मोबाइल में है वो आप बोले तो मैं दिखा दूंगा
ठीक है, तो क्लास खत्म होने के बाद आप दिखाओ. जस्ट देखते हैं ऐसा क्या करते हैं आप.
ठीक है थैंक यू सर
Alright. Now,
Explain, sir, this.
Hari, you are clear that this is the same switch and we have many ports on the same switch, right?
ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम. अब गुड, बहुत बढ़िया है. पहले क्या है कि समझ में नहीं आ रहा था, ऐसा लग रहा है जैसे कि दो स्विच हमने एक इधर रखा है, एक इधर रखा
वही
है,
वही वही
मतलब
हाँ,
स्विच टू
हम्म.
स्विच
ठीक है
कनेक्ट किया है या तो स्विच के आर पार हुआ है, कुछ ऐसा है.
हाँ,
Right.
हरी भैया जैसे बोल रहे हैं वैसे अभी जैसे बताए आपने ऐसे एक्सप्लेन करेंगे तो और अच्छे से समझ में आ जाएगा सबको.
नहीं नहीं सर,
मतलब
आपकी बातें समझ में आ रही है, ऐसा नहीं है. बस थोड़ा सा ना इसमें कंफ्यूजन हो रहा था कि डिवाइड हो
हाँ
रहा था, ऐसा
वही
लग रहा है दो
वही
स्विच
तो
हो
मैं
गए.
बोल रहा हूँ वही मैं बोल रहा था सर.
डन.
ठीक है, अभी आपको समझ में आया कि नहीं? आई मीन नाउ यू गॉट इट, राइट?
आ गया सर,
जी
मेरे को
जी
तो
जी
आ गया,
जी
मैं तो
सर आ
समझ.
गया समझ.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, if you guys let's say
गाइज आप लोग को
as
अगर कोई भी डाउट रहेगा ना इस टॉपिक से है तो आप अभी पूछ लीजिए, अदरवाइज जैसे ही बैच खत्म होगा मीन्स लास्ट में जब जाएंगे ना तो आपको एक्स्ट्रा जो भी डाउट है आप वहाँ पे क्लियर कर लीजिएगा. ठीक है
ओके
एवरीवन.
ओके ओके
ओके
ओके.
थैंक यू.
so let me actually write it in that form only. But ऐसा तो मिलेगा नहीं, ठीक है? So you will never see G0 bar 5, G0 bar 6, G0 bar 7. You will never see this on Cisco port. I am writing this because for just for the explaining, maybe you will not get confused. That is why I am writing it like this. Okay. 0 bar 0, 0 bar 1, 0 bar 2, 0 bar 3, 0 bar 4, 0 bar 5, 0 bar 6, 0 bar 7. Okay. These are the 8 port switch that you got. This is an 8 port switch that you got from the store. Okay. You got it from the store. Now, by default, all the ports of the switch will be up. It will not be in shutdown state. Even if you get a new switch from the store and you connect this switch to a power cable into the socket, electric socket, you turn on this switch. The minute you turn on the switch and you go inside this port, you will see the port is up. It will not be in shutdown mode. The reason is because once you connect your computer to the switches, it should be up and running. That is the reason they always keep the switch port open. That is in up. Now, by default, all the ports of the switch will be in VLAN 1, VLAN 1, VLAN 1, VLAN 1, VLAN 1, VLAN 1. What is a VLAN? virtual LAN. Virtual LAN. Now, how many of you know about VLAN? Here, do you guys know about VLAN? Anybody? Nobody knows about VLAN? Okay, who don't
Yes,
know
sir.
about VLAN?
I do.
Okay, Siva, you know about VLAN. Who don't know about VLAN?
Yeah.
Vibhishan, Biswa, Hari, you don't know about VLAN?
जी जी
जी सर
जी मतलब हाँ या ना, मतलब you know
क्या
or you
होता
don't
है
Yes.
know?
VLAN? ये पूछ रहे हैं, बताओ।
क्या बोले?
विलेन जो होता है वो नेटवर्क डिवाइडेशन के लिए होता है.
Correct. Exactly. Now, by default, all of them will be in VLAN 1. मतलब कंप्यूटर इधर कनेक्ट करो, एक कंप्यूटर इधर कनेक्ट करो, और ये कंप्यूटर एक ही नेटवर्क में होना चाहिए. मतलब इट शुड बी इन द सेम नेटवर्क. What do you mean by same network? When I say this is in 10.1.1.1 and I say this is in 20.1.1.1, are they in the same network? Is PC1 and PC2 in the same network? Now I'll write another PC, which is PC3, which is 10.1.1.2. Now, which species are in the same network and which is in a different network? What do you think? PC1, PC2, PC3, which is in the same network, which is in the different network?
PC2 is different network.
Exactly. Exactly. Very nice. PC2 is in a different network. Why? Because the network ID is 2111. Here the network ID is 10111, which are same for PC1 and PC2. Sorry, PC1 and PC3. PC2 is in a different network. Now, the minute I connect these two PCs to the switch, these will start working. Means I can talk from PC1 to PC3 without any problem. I don't want any support to talk to PC1 to PC3. But if I have to talk from PC1 to PC2, I need a device called router. Why? Because I am talking from one network to another network. So I need a router. If I want to talk from a PC or from a device in one network to another network, then I need a router. But if I want to talk to the device which is in the same network, I don't need any router. How are these PCs able to communicate? Because by default, all the ports are in VLAN number 1. This guy is in VLAN 1, this guy is in VLAN 1. Even though this guy is in the same VLAN, but he has another network. He is in a different network. Now, what is a LAN? LAN is nothing but the computers which are connected to the PC. Excuse me, guys. Now, this is called as a LAN. LAN is nothing but local area network. This is a local area network. Local area network. Now, let's say these two guys are IT guys. These two guys are HR guys. Now, they have to be divided. Now, I cannot say I'll take another switch, only IT guys on this switch. I'll take another switch, only HR guys on this switch. In my company, I can't take 2 switches just for 4 users. It's a waste of money. I'll take 1 switch only and divide these 2 guys into 2 different. So what I'll do, this port I will configure VLAN 10. This port I will configure VLAN 10. So same VLAN, they can communicate. But this port I'll configure VLAN 20. This port I will configure VLAN 20. Same VLAN, IT guys can communicate, but they cannot communicate from HR to IT because they are in different VLAN. Now, this is a logical separation that I have done. That is why it is known as virtual local area network. I have done the separation logically. Physically, they are sitting on 1 switch only. They are sitting on 1 switch. All the computers are connected to 1 switch only, physically. But logically, I have separated them. That is why it is called as virtual LAN. Now, for PC1, PC2, PC3, PC4, if these PCs have to communicate, first thing is, what is the first thing? Let me actually do this 20.1.1.1. This is 20. PC3 twice, so I'll remove this. I'll say PC4, and I will have this written here, and the IP address of this is 20.1.1.2, right? And PC3 is 20.1.1.1. Okay. Now, first thing is, if PC1 has to talk to PC2, they should be in the same network. What is the second thing? Second thing is, they have to be in the same VLAN. So 2 conditions should match. On the switch, if the devices has to communicate with each other, first thing, they have to be in the same network. They have to be in the same network. Second thing is, they have to be in the same VLAN. Now I'll say they are in the same network, but the VLAN, one is 70, one is 10. This port, the information is coming from, let's say this is the information from the PC, 1010. source MAC is AA, destination MAC is BB. Now it is coming to port number 1 or G0 bar 0, whatever. This is the port number G0 bar 0. This is G0 bar 1, G0 bar 2, G0 bar 3. When the information comes here, the switch will think that, okay, something is coming to me and it is coming on port number G0 bar 0. G0 bar 0 has VLAN of 10. VLAN of 10. Now, which other ports have VLAN of 10? Switch will think. On VLAN 10, how many ports are there? Only G0 bar 0. On VLAN 20, how many ports are there? G0 bar 2 and G0 bar 3. On VLAN 70, how many ports are there? G0 bar 1. So I am getting an information from VLAN 10, but I cannot forward it anywhere. Why? Because on VLAN 10, only one port is there. What is the rule of the switch? If I get an information from VLAN 10, then I can only forward it to another port if the other port belongs to VLAN 10. If I am getting any information on VLAN 10, I can only forward that information to the other port with VLAN 10 only. I cannot forward it to other VLANs. That is the rule. Right? So that is why I told you, whenever any information comes from the switch, first thing, they should be in the same network. If PC1 wants to talk to PC2, they have to be in the same network. Second thing is, the ports should be in the same VLAN so that they can communicate. Now let's say if I configure this as VLAN 10. This is VLAN 10. This is not 20, this is VLAN 10. Whenever I say talk to 20.1.1.2, the computer will write down the source address 10.1.1.1. My address is 10.1.1.1. Destination address is 20.1.1.2. So, source and destination are in different network.
मैं किसका पास पुजारी थे ना रूम में.
Correct. Now, they are in a different network. The PC will compare source and destination. They are in different network. So I have to go to the gateway. I cannot send the information directly to anybody who belongs to the another network. I have to go to the gateway. Gateway is nothing but your router. Right? So that is the reason I told you, if PC have to communicate between each other, first thing they have to be in the same network and same VLAN. Now, you can ask me, sir, what if they are in different network, different VLAN? What will happen? If PC1 wants to communicate with PC3, network is different and VLAN is also different. Then what should we do? We have to install a router. The information that PC1 will send will have to go to the router, then come back to PC3. Without the router, PC1 and PC3 cannot talk to each other without the router. Without the router, PC1 and PC3 cannot talk to each other. Why? Because we are going from one area to the other area. That is one network to another network. If I have to go from one network to the other network, the only device that can do is router. That is why it is called as a router, because it routes the information from one network to the other network. Make sense? Okay, somebody, Stuan says you need a trunk. Why you need trunk? Why do we need trunk, Tuan? To make them talk to each other? No, we need a router. Right, so guys, till here, are we clear? Are we good till here?
Yeah.
Awesome. Everyone, so I think Siva is good, Bibhishan is good. Awesome. So Biswa is good. He says he's good. Bibhishan is good. Awesome. Okay, till now, if you have understood, that is great. So I will just stop it at this, right? Because in tomorrow, maybe in the upcoming classes, I will also have to log into the lab to show you how the access and the trunk port looks like. And maybe with that, you will understand more. So I'll just stop it at this point. And tomorrow, again, when we come back, we will be going through the same access and trunk ports. We will be configuring them. We will be seeing how it looks. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So yes,
when
go
other
ahead.
classes we have? When other classes we have, it's only Saturdays and Sundays, or?
Yes, it will be Saturdays and Sundays at the same time that we started today, 5 p.m. IST.
Okay.
Okay.
It's 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. or 6 p.m.?
It is actually 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. only. Initial days, until you understand, I will not take more than 1.5 hours, because it will be a lot of technical stuff on your brain and it will confuse you. So I will just stay for short and sweet span of time, which is 1 hour or 1.5 hours, which will first make you understand. Then anyways, when we are trying to do the lab, anyways, it will go more than 1.5 hours, 2 hours. Okay?
Okay, sir. Got it. And this is the second class?
Yeah, that is right. This is the second week.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
Hope there is no issue if I go slow and go for 1 hour, 1.5 hours.
Yeah, that's fine. Perfectly fine with me. Yeah.
Right? I think others are fine. Others are good.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes. Good, sir.
Awesome. All right then, guys. That's all I had for today. Thank you for your time. Thanks for joining. We will meet again tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Okay.